Hello and welcome to this video tutorial from Computergaga.com. And in this video we are going to look at how to create a pop-up notification based on a cell value change. And we're going to use VBA to do this. I've got a simple example here of some items that are going to be collected or delivered, and if they're going to be delivered, we need the address they're being delivered to. Now, Excel does provide a more simple way of getting pop-up messages on cell value changes, and that way would be to use the data validation tool. And data validation is wonderful, but it has its limits. All it's going to do is give you a relatively simple message with some kind of advisement or potentially stopping you. But by using VBA, we have all kinds of pop-up messages that we can show, from the basic message box through to a custom user form. And in this example, I want a custom user form, so that if somebody chooses delivery from column B, then we are going to get a user form to appear prompting somebody for the address. They will enter the address in a box and then it will be automatically put into the cell of the same row of column C. Sound pretty good? Let's get this done. Now we're going to do this in two stages. First of all, on a cell value change, we need to test what cell was changed and what it was changed to. Because we are only interested if one, they're changing a cell in column B, and two, they've changed it to the value of delivery. Otherwise, we're not interested. And if that is the case, we need a user form to appear and then to capture what the person types and put it into column C. Now let's go into Visual Basic, Developer Visual Basic. And here is the user form that I've already created to save ourselves some time in this video. Now if you're a relative newbie to Excel VBA, there is a link in the description of this video to sign up for my VBA for Beginners course, which will cover tons of information from beginner into a kind of intermediate level, including the kind of stuff we're talking about in this video. But this user form is already set up. In the Project Explorer on the left, I'm going to begin by double clicking on Sheet 1. So it opens up the code window for Sheet 1. Because we want to test if a cell value has changed. So from this first drop down list at the top above the code window here, we're going to choose Worksheet. And as soon as I choose that, a default event is shown. And this is the Worksheet selection change event, which is pretty cool, but it's not what we want. So from the drop down list on the right hand side, we have a choice of all of the events available for a worksheet object, and we are going to choose change for this example. Now I have two procedures on screen. I can always remove the selection change event, although it's not doing any harm because there's nothing happening inside it. And now we have this worksheet change event. You do not want to change the name of the sub because that is important for its operation. And then something really cool is being provided for us. And this is the by val target as range. So when somebody changes a cell on a worksheet that actually changes the value of that cell, this is triggered, this sub is triggered, and the cell that was changed is target. So this is gifting you the information that you would want, because we need to test what cell was changed. So in here we're going to type if. We're going to get an if statement going. If target.column, remember we want to know number one, if it's column B that was changed, two, if they changed it to the word delivery. So if target.column equals 2, yes, it's column B, but it will be referred to as column 2. and target.value equals delivery, then, and I'll go straight ahead and put in the end if closing statement, and then all we need to do is fill in the gap in the middle. What do you want to do if that's the case? I've got a mistype here on target. Let me just finish that off. Here we go. So they has gifted us the information that we need. The cell that was changed is called target. So we can now go straight in, say what is the column of the cell that was changed? Is it the second one? The value of the cell that was changed? Is it delivery? If it is, well, what we want to do is open up the user form that we have, which is called FRM add address. So I'm going to write FRM add address dot show that user form, because the user form is going to take it from there. Okay, so that's that bit of code done. Let's jump across to the user form. So if I double click it on the left hand side here, Project Explorer, this is what it looks like, very basic form, big box for people to type an address in. When somebody clicks OK, we want whatever is typed in that box to be placed into column C. If I click on that box for the moment, down in the properties window, you can see that it is called TXT address. And we'll need that information when we refer to it in our code. Now, one issue we have here to solve is that when we were on the worksheet change event, they told us that the cell that was changed is called target. Wonderful. We were able to test it and use it in our code. But over on the user form, this user form does not know what target is because it's not part of that worksheet. So what we need to do is we need to transfer the information that worksheet change event has to this user form. Now I've already got a module created here in the modules folder. If you don't, you can insert one from the insert menu above. But if I double click on this module, I want to set up a public variable, which I'm going to call address cell. And it's going to be the data type of a range object. So this is publicly available. I'm setting it up in module 1, but it's available to the user form and to the worksheet and anything else within this project. It's called address cell and the data type is range. Over to the worksheet. And before we open the user form, set address cell equals target. So they told us the cell that was changed is called target. We test it. If it meets the conditions, assign the range object, which is target, to address cell, because that one is publicly available, target is not, and we'll use it in the user form. When you're working with object variables, you need the keyword set when you assign to the variable. Now we can go to the user form. Double click on the OK button to trigger the events for that button. Default event, OK button click. Awesome, that's what we want. What we need to do here is just put the information in that cell. So address cell equals TXT address dot value. Whatever somebody types in the TXT address, we want to put in that address cell. Unload me. Close down the form once you've assigned whatever is in that text box to that cell. Now, one thing I just realized is that in our Excel worksheet, if I just minimize this to get back to the spreadsheet, what I've done is the cell that is changed is going to be in column B, and we've assigned that to address cell. But really the address cell is the cell to the right of the one that was changed. So let's go back into our code And where we have the worksheet change, it's not just going to be target, it's going to be target.offset, no rows, but one column over. It's the cell to the right of the one that was changed. That's the address cell. Now with all this done, if I close down this and let's see it in action. If I choose collection, no worries. If I choose delivery, the form appears. I can type in an address, this place, click OK. User form is closed. Information is assigned to column C. So this is our example of a pop-up message or a pop-up notification, whatever you might want to call it, that's been triggered by the change of a cell value. Now here we tested if it was column 2 and the word delivery. Now the logical test could be anything. If you're trying to test if a date has passed or if a cell is empty, it could be as simple or rigorous as you want. The test could be anything. And then from that, a user form appears, and that itself can do anything. So don't get caught up too much in this example because the opportunities are boundless. But this is a demonstration here, reasonably simple, but also showing some cool tricks as well. I hope you found this video useful. Please check out some of our other video tutorials. Check out our VBA course, which you can get access to from the description of this video. And come check us out at Computergaga.com.